Well, good question. New ideas, and how can you be sure that they're good? Well, with the second part, you can never be sure that they're good until you share them with people. And I think that what people are often afraid of in meetings is of sharing their ideas. People think that it might be a stupid idea. And as I say in the book, the only stupid people in the world are the people who don't share their ideas. And actually, the most stupid are the people who scoff at other people's ideas. There is no such thing as a bad idea. There's an idea that it may not have its time. There's an idea that doesn't work now, but there's no such thing as a bad idea. And the more ideas you come up with, one day, one of those ideas is going to hit the mark. But if you don't keep coming up with ideas, then no idea is going to hit the mark. In terms of how to come up with original ideas, well, there's lots of different ways. But the first, and probably the hardest, the thing we have least time for these days is to read. We need to read. Read everything. Read everything to do with your business. Read fiction books, non-fiction books. Reading is the front line of ideas generation, and it's the front line of good writing. The best writers I know are the biggest readers. They develop a curious personality, they read voraciously, and so they write well, and they're always coming up with good ideas. And so if reading is the front line, then the communications trench is just speaking to people. Talk to everybody, and it doesn't, again, have to be directly linked to your business. It can be anyone you meet. It can be, as I said, the old soak at the end of the bar. It can be the bloke who empties the bins. It can be the CEO. It could be anyone, because ideas are about communication, communicating with one another, bouncing ideas off each other, and that's how eventually you'll get originality. And just never be afraid to share an idea. I mean, in the book, I do talk a lot about how to foster these. I think speaking to people and reading a lot is one idea. Of course, it's hard to read a lot, so you need to create a kind of reading infrastructure. I use Twitter as a news feed, so that's always, I'm linked to all the people in my business, so I use it as a news feed. I try not to comment on things because you kind of get eaten alive on Twitter. And I have a daily email digest from something linked to my business, my trade, and then I might also read the an FT email in my inbox every morning, so that's two things. Don't overcrowd it, don't try and read everything, just find the most important things to you and your business. And then also, always have a novel on the go, always have a book that's not directly linked to your work. Don't just talk to clients about your work, be an interesting person. So that's the reading side. I've talked about the speaking side. I think also we need to rest and exercise. I think spending too much time sitting at your desk looking at a computer screen is not good for ideas. Ideas don't come in meetings that are specifically designed to come up, brainstorming, just a waste of time really. Ideas come at you in the middle of the night or when you're making a piece of toast, because you've lodged that seed in your brain, and it'll just quietly germinate without you even knowing about it. And if you keep reading, keep speaking to people, suddenly ideas will pop up. Write them down, keep a notepad and piece of paper, write them down, and they will come. And things like resting, things like exercising. There's a great, I think, misused aphorism, which is carpe diem, which everyone thinks means seize the day. And then they rush around manically, climbing Everest, jumping out of aeroplanes, seizing everything. Actually, Horace, who was the Roman poet, I'm pretty sure, who came up with that, was an Epicurean. He liked the things in life that were readily available all around him. It was all about appreciation. And actually the translation of carpe diem, or one translation of carpe diem, is taste the day, which is a totally different thing to seizing the day. And I think if we all just tasted the day a bit more, we would be better off, and your brain would be better off. It's a muscle, it needs resting, just like your legs and your arms do. And when you rest it, you will find that it will be a much better machine at coming up with ideas for you that will impress your colleagues and your boss.